Great.
Yo, what jersey is that? Jam, is that a jersey?
Tomorrow.
Yes, people. Yes, people. What's going on?
Hey.
Yeah, I was searching either between that or Lowry.
What it do?
Yes.
What it do? What it
Yes,
do?
people. What is good? It is good to see.
Okay.
Oh, we're active. We're active. We got multiple people. I like this.
We're here.
Yes.
We're here. Yeah,
Introduce
we're gonna
yourself.
brush your hair down, bro.
Introduce yourself. Two people from the podcast, yo. What's going on with y'all?
This I'm chilling. So sorry, let me restart. Intro real quick. My name is Nathaniel. I am from the P.O.D.cast, the podcast. I'm just happy to be here. I'm enjoying my quarantine time.
Boom.
Oh, shit.
Yes, Jams. What's good, man?
I'm good. You know, like we've been talking pretty much like every day.
Yeah, this is like the second time in a
party.
week.
House party.
Yeah.
Shout
out.
Every time.
Yeah, man. So I'm super glad to have these dudes. There's a third member to come on. They're like been doing like a really, really dope, very consistent podcast. Three Black Voices. I think it's so damn cool and consistent. So they're just like join us today and just talk about whatever we're talking about. We're kind of just introducing each other to ourselves and to the space. Also talking about COVID-19 stuff and what we're doing,
100%.
what we're gonna do, and whatever. So how are y'all doing? Talk about yourself more, about how you know each other, about whatever else you want to, and/or COVID-19 and what you're doing during this time.
Okay, it's actually very interesting that we kind of were touching on COVID-19 just in general, because I actually sent a voice note to a couple of my personal friends about like what I've heard and done personal research about COVID-19, just how to combat it. If you get it, it's not the end of the world. Just trying to ease people's panic. You know what I mean? Because I'm personally a herbalist, and I like to do all my herbal remedies at home. I can live off the earth if I need to, you know, so I rather just kind of go that route. So I kind of had that conversation even with my mom. Actually, we went for a walk for about an hour. So they just kind of talking about the remedies I kind of came up with and stuff like that. I've been concocting in my kitchen. So yeah, you guys take it away. Don't let me talk too much here.
No, that is interesting. I'm curious about, like, I'm going to ask Jams what's going on with him, but I really want to get back to that herb stuff. Like, I really do.
Yeah, yeah, please let me know. Like, I have a list of kind of answers to those questions that you may have. I've done a bunch of research with all this time off. And I think there's a lot of things that people can do. I think is a lot of questions I can answer because I know people that have personally got it and recovered fully from it. And I also just don't like getting sick, and my immune system has been built a certain way for years. So I've been lucky by powers that be. I haven't gotten sick. I haven't gotten a bad cold. I get seasonal allergies, and this is where my seasonal allergies start to come out. Normally around this time of year, so it's kind of difficult for people to differentiate between people that have the cold or flu, seasonal allergies, or COVID-19. So I think there's a lot to kind of be said about that. I just did research for my personal benefit because this way I can explain to people and just educate people instead of kind of shunning people away, because right now there's a lot of that already. It's like people are jaywalking from me when I'm crossing the street. No, I don't want to be around people. And I'm like, I get it, guys, but people are being over paranoid. And I think we're starting to lose a bit of humanity in the way people are kind of acting around people. Like, I come out the elevator, people are like scattering like cockroaches. It's crazy. It's like someone turned on the light in their kitchen. And it's like, you know what I mean?
Facts. That's actual facts.
It's scattering, and it's crazy because I'm like, I'm just a human. Like, and that's kind of the thing. It's like, COVID-19 is a virus that attacks the nervous system at the back of the nasal cavity. So when people have to get tested for this, they have to take a swab and shove it up your nose all the way to the back of your nasal cavity. Right, so that's and that's excruciating. It's uncomfortable, you know what I mean? So, that being said, like, as prescribed by doctors, people are just like recommended rest, drink lots of fluids, drink lots of warm liquids, take Tylenol if the fever gets out of hand to the point where you can't. It's that painful. Stay away from Advil, because at that point it becomes very cold and flu symptom like. Right, so little things that I've been doing that I have in my cupboard. Let me think. I think I have moringa seeds. I have sea moss. I have cinnamon. I have cayenne pepper.
Wait for 1 second. Sorry. what are moringa seeds? And sea moss means you're Jamaican, no? Or West Indian? I had to clock that. I had to clock that.
Yeah, you
I'm
clock
like,
that real
no.
quick.
Even the herbalist thing. We also have a herbalist here. Ken's also a herbalist. He was talking about.
Shout out.
No,
Big shout out. Big shout out.
Big shout out. It's a big shout out.
big shout. But yeah, sorry. So the first thing you said was what type of seeds?
Moringa seeds. Moringa seeds are just seeds that are good for the body in general. Hold on, I'm pulling out all my seeds and stuff right now.
This is dope. What? Let me get my little vitamin D3. Let me see what kind of medical seeds and seeds.
Yeah, moringa seeds. Moringa comes in two different forms. It comes in the leaf and it comes in the seed form. I know people that are very good at baking with moringa. So they'll make a moringa loaf and stuff like that. That's just, if I remember correctly, it's good for a good source of iron, magnesium, stuff to help build the immune system, and which things that we all kind of need. And myself personally, for someone who doesn't eat meat, I've been vegetarian for 2 years, vegan for 1.5 years prior to that. So like I make sure I maintain my vitamins and minerals and other forms and other facets and stuff like that. I have elderberry. I have marshmallow root, which is just good for sore throats and stuff like that. Burdock root, good for boosting the immune system, antioxidants and stuff like that in the body. And like I said, sea moss, aka Irish moss. And then I also have ginger turmeric tea.
Well, definitely the ginger tea, the turmeric.
Yeah, ginger turmeric tea. And I throw, like I said, I throw in a pinch of cayenne pepper and cinnamon into the pot to boil that all down, and then I kind of let my seeds steep in my little steeper right here.
That's dope ski. So
Yeah.
what's your okay, so give me a day. Give me your day herbal remedy kind of what's it's like just give me the morning. Yeah, just give me the breakfast. What's breakfast like for your herbal remedies?
So for me, when I wake up, I normally don't eat breakfast until an hour or hour and a half after I've been up. I genuinely, I'll probably have a glass or two of water first.
Yeah.
I like to do the intermittent fasting. I think the benefits from that are very crucial for times like this, because traditionally society has told us that we need to eat 3 meals a day. Not to say eating 3 meals a day is bad, but think about it in hindsight. How often do your organs get to rest?
Right.
When you're eating constantly, you're eating that much, your organs don't get to rest, they don't get to recharge. So their defense mechanism against sickness and these cancerous diseases and viruses are going to be a lot lower, because they don't get a chance to recharge and actually be at their fullest capability in order to perform to protect your body.
Right.
So I have water probably for the first hour and a half. Then I'll have tea. I definitely crush out some tea. I probably, just in general, before this whole thing was a thing, religiously, I probably have 2 cups of tea a day. Just to kind of, I also have oil of oregano in the morning as well. So before I wake up, right when I wake up and before I go to sleep, I have oil of oregano just to kind of stay sharp. I'd rather kind of be proactive instead of reactive to things.
Right.
So that's just kind of something I've built into my routine to kind of start my day. And then I have my Prana Fuji seed mix with seeds, nuts, sunflower seeds, almonds, dehydrated cranberries, apricots, stuff like that are good for building iron and protein.
I feel you. You know what? I think that's really important, because I think one thing that I've been thinking about, given all that's taking place with COVID, is getting kind of healthy. So look, a bit. It touched me. I know my body's kind of ready for that. So I've been running and try to do my little E3s and stuff like that. But that whole proactive approach makes a lot of sense, because what we're seeing is that a lot of people are in critical care because of it's just random, because they just are, but sometimes it's because of pre-existing conditions that don't.
Exactly. And that's kind of the things that doctors are also saying as well. They're also saying it's if you have a strong immune system and you're not susceptible to anything else in your past, or you don't have anything that's kind of laboring your body or it'll hinder you, if you were to get sick, you're pretty much fine. All you need is to really rest. And I think this is a time where people actually need to capitalize on the rest part, because a lot of us in our day-to-day prior to weren't getting enough rest. I can speak for myself personally. I'm not a big sleeper. You know what I mean?
Me neither.
Now I try to capitalize it, be as horizontal as possible, as much as possible. Even if I'm just horizontal and I'm awake, and I'm reading something, or like, it doesn't really matter as long as I'm just resting my body, resting my mind, and staying sharp in other areas. So little things like that, and understanding that elderly people are more susceptible, obviously, because of their weaker immune system. So it's like when they say like don't go outside, keep it to a minimum. If you have to go, you have to go. Certain things you can't help, but obviously just certain hygienic practices that we just need to maintain up the standards, because COVID is something that it can't be traced, and you can't really trace back the steps and be like, oh, I got it from so and so or such and such. It's a virus that can't be tracked. Like, and it's way more contagious than people think. So this is just based off information that I've got from like close friends who had it, and what they've done to kind of combat it and stuff like that. And then obviously combined with my own personal research of herbs and stuff like that I do just daily in my routine, just to stay in the survival category.
Right. I feel that. That is comprehensive. That's like really, really good. Yeah, no, that's like really, really good. When you said that COVID is everywhere, and then you can't really track it, but like it might catch you. It sounds like music that came from 6ix9ine. Like when he first came out, I was like, I'm not gonna get it, but it got me. It got me. Like when Gummo dropped, I was like, this is dumb, but I'm like, yo, great. It's this weird thing that happens. But I don't support him as a person. I think he's trash. But like, I think he's fine when you brought up that breakdown. Yeah, you just had to share that.